Wonderful. May all life, all beings everywhere discover their highest potential. May all beings be happy. May all beings find love, joy. जो भी जहाँ भी है आनंद में रहे और प्रेम और शांति का अनुभव करे। इसी प्रार्थना के साथ हम शुरू करते हैं। Great. Good to see everyone. Nice. Okay. So,
थोड़ा लाउड
okay.
थोड़ा लाउड
All right. Better? Okay. So, just close your eyes and be with yourself. Taking a deep breath in and with the deep breath out, relaxing the body and bringing yourself to this beautiful moment. एक गहरी सांस के साथ वापस अपने आप को इस पल में लाइए and one more deep breath in and an exhalation, relaxing the mind, relaxing the body, letting go, letting go, letting go of whatever it is that we are holding on to. Letting go of thoughts, not holding on to any feelings, just allowing whatever comes to come and whatever goes to go. Become aware of the awareness in which everything that is happening is happening. Become aware of this awareness, which is where, in which, to which, and from which all experiences occur. And notice the nature of this awareness that you are. Notice whatever is experienced in that awareness. Notice how it comes and goes. And no matter what comes and goes, awareness remains as it is, where it is, how it is, untouched, uncolored by all colors that appear in it. Such as the sound of my voice appears in awareness. Awareness becomes one with that sound, fully experiences it. And when the sound stops and the sound goes, awareness returns to its state, original state before the sound. Notice that this awareness is open to everything that appears. ये चैतन्य जिसके द्वारा सारे अनुभव हो रहे हैं, वो किसी भी अनुभव के लिए तैयार है, मौजूद है, प्रेजेंट है, अवेलेबल है. Without any editing, without any modification, without any resistance. कोई भी बाधा नहीं है ये अवेयरनेस के लिए. This awareness is not craving for anything. सब कुछ ठीक है इस जागृति के लिए, इस चैतन्य के लिए. ना कोई राग है, ना जो भी आ रहा है उसके प्रति कोई द्वेष है. Awareness is not holding on to anything. Awareness is not pushing away anything. ये रोकना या पकड़ के रखना, ये आप सोचते हैं या आप करते हैं, आपका मन करता है, बुद्धि करती है. अवेयरनेस के लिए हर एक अनुभव जो उसी में से उत्पन्न हो रहा है वो ठीक है. Notice that awareness is not holding on to anything. It is simply letting go everything that appears. Notice that letting go is the nature of awareness. See if you can even hold on to an experience even if you want to or try to. जो भी इस पल में अनुभव हो रहा है, देखिए कि आप ऑटोमेटिकली उसको जाने ही दे रहे हैं. Awareness is in a state of letting go, continuously, moment to moment, let go. It is the nature of awareness to let go. Awareness does not hold on to anything. The mind may try to hold on, but awareness simply lets go. It cannot hold on to anything, any feeling, any experience. Experiences simply come and go. This state of being in allowing and letting go, allowing experience to come in, allowing experience to go, is the natural state of who you are. And this is the definition of surrender. To surrender is to allow and let go, neither resisting nor holding on, not clinging. ना किसी अनुभव के प्रति द्वेष या राग, ना किसी अनुभव जो जा रहा है उसके प्रति राग या द्वेष. समर्पित होना, शरणागत होना, ये राग और द्वेष का अभाव ही इसकी परिभाषा है. The definition of surrender is to allow and to let go. Allowing and letting go. Allowing all experiences and letting go of all experiences. Every moment. It cannot be any other way for awareness. This is the nature of awareness. The mind can try to push away things. The mind can try to hold on to things. And think or pretend that it is somehow in control. But it is only a myth. Because awareness, by its very nature, does not hold on and does not push away anything. So, the very nature of who you are is surrender. You are already operating in the state of total surrender to all experience, to the universe, as helpless or as wonderful and as much in surrender, the way a baby surrenders to its mother. This is already your nature to surrender to all, to surrender to all of whatever appears. Notice that this is you. You neither, you cannot hold on and you cannot push away. So allow your mind, allow this limited awareness of you to slip into the true nature of you and to move with it, to dance with it, and drop this pretense of control, to drop this pretense of having the ability to push away experience or to hold on to experience. And in the face of the universe, this limited form, this name, this body mind is even smaller and more helpless than a little baby. For you now, everything that appears, people, things, situations, is the way it is, and you welcome it the way that the baby welcomes the mother. And allow this mother to nourish you, to feed you, to love you, to take care of you, to wipe away your tears, to bring a smile to your face, to bring a spring in your step, to plant a song in your heart. We are often too busy fighting this mother to allow her in. Just drop the struggle. Anyway, the struggle is futile. Experiences keep on happening and keep on disappearing. No matter how hard you struggle, to either push one away or to hold on to another. Anyway, they just come and they just go. Just give yourself to this flow of life, this flow of love, this flow of beauty. Merge into it and allow the dance of life to dance through your mind, through your body, through your words. Allow this mother, this universe, which is nothing but you yourself that you have been struggling against, to heal you, to make you whole, to bring you the joy, to bring you the dance, which you are anyway made of, which you already are. Just allow life, allow healing, allow love. All that you need to do is give up struggling. You're already there. You're already that. Wonderful. Slowly bring your awareness, re-engage, re-enter, re-enter your body, re-enter your eyes, re-enter this waking state and open your beautiful eyes. Great. So wonderful.
Record.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we had a couple. So this was one insight. We were talking about surrenderfulness the last time. And as we are going deeper into this, you know, more and more thoughts and insights keep appearing. So one of which was कि हम already शरणागत है ही, ऑलरेडी हम समर्पित ही है। कोई हमारा जो असली स्वरूप है वो ना तो किसी चीज को पकड़ के रखता है, ना किसी चीज को पकड़ के रख सकता है, ना किसी चीज को पुश करता है या रेजिस्ट करता है। इट इज लाइक स्पेस। स्पेस जो है, स्पेस, स्पेस में एक रूम, एक कमरा है, अगर उसमें स्पेस है तो उसमें चाहे आप टीवी रख दो या एक बक्सा रख दो या कोई आ, आ, कुछ भी रख दो, स्पेस डज नॉट रेजिस्ट। Space has no resistance. And similarly, if you take away the TV, you take away the box, you take away the thing, space is not resist, it is not holding on to it. And that is our true nature. Space is already in a state of surrender. This is what we are. It is our true nature already to be in that space of surrender, being open to all experiences. And the more हम अपने आप को उस क्वालिटी से अलाइन करते हैं, उस क्वालिटी के साथ जुड़ जाते हैं, then the whole dance of the universe becomes much more available to us. So when, just as for example, when the mind says that I don't know, is when knowledge can enter, isn't it? When mind says I don't know is when knowledge enters. If mind says I know, then there is no scope of anything coming in. You all heard that story, right? About this guy person who goes to a Zen master and says, I'm a PhD in this and this and this and this and this, and I have very little time, and just tell me what you want to tell. I've heard a lot of people you are telling. Tell me also what you want to tell. That's why I've come. So the master takes out a teacup and starts pouring into it, and keeps on pouring and keeps on pouring, and then it starts overflowing. And he says, I cannot add. If you're already full, there is nothing. You already know everything. I cannot give anything to you more because you're already full of your own. So when you are in the I don't know state, is when, that is when all knowledge can come in. And even when all knowledge comes in, you still remain in I don't know. And that is the ultimate knowledge, that I don't know. So this aligning of the mind with the true nature of self is where the whole fun begins. So so it doesn't mean, it's allowing. It is not doing. It is allowing to happen. Whatever happens, allowing it to happen. And the allowing it to happen may be a lot of activity. So let's say we are talking about not being well physically, not being well. The one approach is, oh, I can do this, I will do this, I will do this, I will exercise, and I will all that, all that. And it doesn't work, or sometimes it works on its own, whatever happens. But in this particular case of health, giving up, letting go, does not mean you don't diet anymore, does not mean you don't exercise anymore. But it comes from a letting go of the notion that I know, or I can, or I do it, allowing the universe to do it. And if the universe, through you, in that animation of you, says you are exercising, you are dieting. So if dieting is happening, if exercise is happening, then that true healing and the true benefits of it show up. You know, we see so many times people go on a diet and I have to do this, I'm going to do that, and it simply fizzles out in a very, very short time because it is not a happening, it is a doing. I am doing it, I am acting, I am going to fast, I am going to do this. So, in before surrender, also you may diet, after surrender, also you may diet. So, giving up does not mean you become motionless and just not do anything. It's not that. The difference is that before that surrenderfulness, you are the one doing it. After surrenderfulness, you can say it in two ways. You can say the universe is doing it, or you can say it is just happening. One, depending on how you want to look at it. If you look at it from the perspective of the small I, the I, then you can say it is just happening. I'm naturally, when you're naturally drawn towards healthy foods, when you're naturally drawn towards, you know, sattvic things in your diet, then the diet is just happening because you're naturally drawn to it. So that's the happening. Or you can say that the divine or the universe or the true you is in the driver's seat and naturally leading you to the what is the right food for your body at that particular time, or the right quantity at that particular time. So you so giving up does not mean inaction, or letting go or surrendering does not mean inactivity or fatalistic. जो होना है हो जाए, मैं तो अब surrender हो गया. It's not that. It is that now after surrender, whatever needs to happen is still happening. It may happen even faster, even happen more, but it is all happening. So it's the difference between doing and happening. Before surrender, you are doing, doing, doing. The mind body is doing, doing, doing. And after surrender, it's all just happening. And it may be more activity or less activity, it doesn't matter. But in that second state of happening, there is no tiredness, there is no struggle, there is no uh, stress. In the before one, every action is bringing more and more stress. Why isn't my weight going down? Why isn't my weight going up, or whatever it is? Why isn't my uh, wound not healing? All that struggle can simply drop and you're enjoying the process of whatever is happening. So I'm not sure if it directly answers what Sonal and Purushottam ji was asking, uh, but you're on mute. Okay, now you can unmute.
I got more than what I was asking.
Okay. Yeah.
बिकॉज आज सरेंडरफुलनेस का जो आपने एक बताया है, मतलब और हमेशा ये सुना कि सरेंडरफुलनेस वही है जहाँ आप नहीं हो, मैं नहीं हूँ, वहाँ सरेंडरफुलनेस है. आपको सरेंडर होना है तो आपका जो स्मॉलर आया है उसको डिसॉल्व करना है. मतलब वो एक ऐसा ही बोलने जैसा है कि आपको यदि उजाले में जाना है तो अंधेरा दूर करो, और हमेशा अंधेरे से झगड़ते रहे, तो स्मॉलर आय से झगड़ते रहे हमेशा. लेकिन
Right.
आपने जो रास्ता बताया कि लाइट शुरू कर दो तो अंधेरा अपने आप गायब हो जाएगा, तो आपने ये
Correct.
मतलब जो बेसिक नेचर है कि स्मॉलर आय का एब्सेंस यानी एक बिगर आय, और वो सरेंडरफुलनेस ही है. वो बहुत ही
Correct.
अल्टीमेट है. मतलब इससे अच्छा सरेंडरफुलनेस सब्जेक्ट नहीं समझ में. मतलब मैं ऑलरेडी सरेंडर ही हूँ, मुझे सरेंडर
You
होने
are
की जरूरत
already
नहीं है.
that.
यस,
Exactly.
वो सिर्फ जो
Exactly.
मेरा स्मॉलर आय बीच बीच में आता है वो यदि
हाँ,
बाजू
जो
में हो गया तो
भरम
मैं
है.
ऑलरेडी वही हूँ.
Correct. Correct. Exactly.
Thank you, thank
Exactly.
you, thank you.
You remove the darkness and already there is light. Yeah. Yeah. Aankhein kholo, then the light is already there. Okay, great, great. So yeah, your
Thank you.
question was also that giving up. It's not giving up means does not mean you stop action, but you allow it to happen. Allow the actions to happen.
मतलब ये डूइंग और नॉट डूइंग भी बहुत अच्छे से समझ गए.
Correct, correct. Exactly, exactly. Doing and happening.
Yes, happening.
Doing and happening. Happening is non-doing.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you.
हाँ प्रतिभा बेन.
अ,
1 minute. 1 minute mute हो गया. Yeah, go ahead.
સરેન્ડર મીન્સ કે એના વિચારોમાં સહમત થઈને લીન થઈ જવું, એક એની સાથે એક મિક્સ થઈ જવું.
Correct, correct. Exactly. કારણ કે હું જે છું ઓલરેડી એ ઓલરેડી સરેન્ડર જ છે. કારણ કે એ સ્પેસ જેમ કાંઈ રેઝિસ્ટ નથી કરતું અને કાંઈને કસાને બી પકડી બી નથી રાખતું. સો સ્પેસ ઇઝ
એની
ઓલરેડી
સાથે ઓગળી જવું, એની
એની
સાથે
જાતે
ઓગળી જવું.
કારણ કે એ હું જ છું.
હા, ઓગળી એક લીન થઈ જવું, એક લીન.
એક લીન ઓગળી જવું, મર્જિંગ.
મર્જિંગ.
Exactly, correct. So Sonal, you had one more question on that day, on Tuesday about, so is that
એટલે
if you
સરેન્ડર મીન્સ એની વીકનેસ ની રીતે નહીં.
not at all, not at all,
હા,
not
વીકનેસ ની
at
રીતે
all.
સરેન્ડર નહીં, પણ એની સાથે એકાગ્ર થઈ જવું, કે લીન થઈ જવું.
Correct, correct, correct.
Surrenderfulness is ultimate power.
Exactly, exactly. It is ultimate power. Far from weakness, it is the highest power because you are now operating from the infinite that you are, and much more powerful than anything else in the entire universe, which is the universe itself. So great. So Sonal, you want to repeat your question from Tuesday?
Sir, I wrote in the chat box.
Okay, let me see. Surrender.
Amika also had a question.
Yeah, which was a little different one. That's why I'm not going there. But surrendering to self as your own guru, is it that way? Yeah, surrender. See, actually, surrendering to yourself, yes, surrendering to your true self, which is already surrenderfulness itself. You are that. Who you are के लिए कोई surrender के सिवाय कुछ है ही नहीं. It is already one with everything. So surrendering to yourself, you can say, or surrendering to the universe, which is again your true self, surrendering. But more important than all of that is that state of surrenderfulness, which for you as an individual, as the separate imaginary self, for that imaginary separate self, the state of surrenderfulness is much more important than who or what you're surrendering to. Being in that state of surrender, I don't know.
That last line was beautiful.
Thank you.
Very beautiful.
So you're following, being in the state of surrenderfulness. Are you willing? Are you willing? Are you open? That at the individual level, it's that opening, it's that okayness, it's that willingness, to give up the claim, on anything, because everything is already you and everything is already yours. So in that let go, that surrenderfulness, and to whom? To the self. Yeah, because that is all there is. Ultimately, the self is the universe, is you. So so yeah, but and then that kind of leads to what Anamika was asking, surrendering to a person or to a guru. So for some people, what happens is easier to do that way, to surrender to some person, to one. Ultimately, the surrender is to the universe. The surrender is to nothingness. Surrender is to life. Surrender is to okayness, and to the qualities of the guru also, because in that guru you are seeing these qualities of openness and lovingness, and so it's surrendering to the qualities. But what happens often is, I've shared before about the finger pointing to the moon. You know, the person is pointing to the moon and say, look how beautiful that moon is. And we, instead of looking at the moon, we start worshipping the hand or the finger that's pointing to the moon. So, and that's the pitfall. And that is the pitfall. So, and that's an easy pitfall, and a lot of people fall into that one. And then the guru or that person becomes the object of your surrender. And that's when a lot of these, so many dynamics of issues come up, where the guru now thinks that they are the source of all this. That this limited mind body which has manifested is the powerful one, is the divine. Ultimately, everything is divine. So even that is divine, no doubt. But thinking that I am that, and that I am the one, or the person, or that body mind is the one that we need to surrender to. That body mind also gets caught in that same uh, dynamics. And that's when you have all these cases of so many gurus. You find so many stories of either physical abuse, or so many things go haywire, because it is instead of looking at the moon, you have started worshipping the hand or the finger, and it does not benefit the person whose hand it is, and it does not benefit the person who's worshipping the hand also. Both
So my
get caught in that.
question that day was different based
Yeah,
on
fine.
daily life experiences.
Correct. What is the
So
question?
today in meditation you said surrender, surrender. So partly it was answered, but when
Hmm.
we forget and we start losing our temper, we start getting irritated. So that's the only question, where are you there? That's the only way you come back to normal and then surrender. Or is
Correct.
there
Correct.
any other way?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, one is that. One, are you there? And you go, but the that is true what you said. You ask yourself, are you there? You look at the qualities of that you that is there, and you say that being angry or hateful is not consistent with that, and you come back to who you are. One other approach is surrendering to whatever is there. When you get angry or irritated, instead of worrying about why am I irritated, why should I be angry, I should not be angry, I should not be irritated, surrender to it. Because anyway anyway the you that you are has already surrendered. That is the only way that anger has entered you. That anger has entered you as an experience because you have allowed it, and that is your true nature, is to just allow whatever is there. And rather than resisting that anger and fighting with that anger, and now becoming more angry, that not only I'm angry that I'm angry. I shouldn't be angry. Why am I angry? I'm supposed to be peaceful and calm. That now you've added more fuel to the fire. Instead of that, allowing it. Because if you allow it, then the nature of everything is to appear and to disappear. That is the nature and the law of the world. The universe comes into existence and vanishes. So when you allow it and surrender, which is already you have surrendered, but you tell yourself, and this limited body mind allows it, then it has all the room to go away now on its own. because that is the nature of things, to appear, to remain, and to disappear.
Needs practice.
Needs practice. Okay. Yeah, needs reminder. Yeah, needs some level of reminding yourself that, okay, I'm angry right now, I'm irritated right now, but what do I want to say, what do I want to do? And it's okay that I'm angry, I'm allowing it. And when you allow it, you are allowing it to go also. And if you're angry. I mean, see, these are, artificial separation that we create about good and bad, right and wrong. Whereas who you are, for that, who you really are, there is nothing right, nothing wrong. Everything is just what it is, including anger. So surrendering is a state of choicelessness, where you don't say, I want to choose not being angry over angry. Choiceless. When you're in that choiceless state, the true nature of who you are has a chance to really express itself through you. And what is the true nature of who you are? Peace, love, joy, happiness, truth, beauty, creativity, abundance. All this stuff, all these treasures that you are pushed away with this, because you're too busy struggling with this thing that you want to push away called anger. But if you simply allow it, anger is also just that. It's anger. I don't need to choose or label anything as good or bad. It's what it is. And when you do that, you are automatically sort of catapulted. It's like a bungee cord. Gaya, 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 gaya. Chhod diya to wapas. Boom. You're back up. And when you're
I
back
have
up,
a question on
yes,
that one.
yes.
No, I don't get it. When you're saying if you're angry, you are angry. And say if I'm angry, really angry, and I want to do gully bali and hit someone, and I really want to bash up someone. So I just allow it to happen,
Well, if it is to happen, you will allow it to happen anyway. You don't have a choice.
or should I control myself?
No, no, you don't have a choice anyway. Whatever, whether the controlling is to happen, whether the bashing is to happen, whether the shouting is to happen, whether the swallowing of the anger and sitting down and saying nothing is to happen, whatever of those things are to happen, are just happening. Just give up the struggle of choosing or trying to choose. Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I keep quiet? Should I shout? Should I hit the person? Should I not? That struggle, when you give up, and whatever is to happen anyway is to happen, now that you've given up the struggle, what is your true nature has a chance to now come forth into this waking state. And my contention or my experience is that that true nature of self is peace, is love. It You don't really want to bash up anyone. It is, you are only hurting yourself, because that other person, not because you're hurting yourself that way, but that other person is also I. And when that I has a chance to emerge, naturally it will flow in the direction of what its qualities are. So it's not about do this or do that. That is the work of, I don't know, other teachers or other schools of thought, whether you're talking about mind control or psychology or behavioral modification, and all those people can tell you about that one. Should I hit the person? Should I not hit the person? Should I control myself? Should I count to 10? All that stuff belongs in the realm of this content. And what I'm saying is, drop that whole struggle itself.
Struggle.
Drop that struggle of should I do this or should I do that, because anyway you are not in control. And that once you drop that struggle, the background of who you are, the magnificence that you are, has a chance to come out from behind the clouds.
Thank you. I need to go.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Got it?
Sanjeev, I
Okay.
have one
Yeah,
question, a very small
sure.
one.
Before I go, the title needs to be.
I'll text it to you. Great.
Thank you. Bye bye. Bye
Sanjeev,
bye, everybody.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was reading something which I thought I will ask you. I
Sure.
could understand it.
Okay, just give me one sec. The computer power is low. Just let me plug it in. So first, other question you had on Tuesday, is that
Yes.
sort of clarified through
Yes.
whatever we've spoken today? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Kind of. Yes.
Great.
So, there is this Ramana Maharishi, which also
Right.
says the same thing which you say. So he says that don't waste your time in the purity of mind because mind cannot be pure. Even the desire to be pure is the trick of the mind.
Correct.
Then he says that if you look at the story of Vishamitra and Menka, after purifying his mind for 10,000 years, he still falls for her instantly. Then the line which didn't I couldn't get it. It is better to just allow your desires to arise and not let them touch you.
Correct.
So how does that happen? Like, even if I'm in surrender, then there should not be desires. And even if there are desires, then how can I not let them touch me? It needs clarification to me.
Right, right. So um yeah, it's the same thing. It's about whether you're coming from control and I want to do this, I will do this, I am doing it, the small I, versus simply knowing that everything is mine already. So let's say, take a simple example of you want to buy a new car. You want a new car. So you have a desire for a new car. So there's nothing wrong with this desire. There's no, so wanting a new car is just wanting a new car. You have a desire for a new car. So this is, so now allowing the desire to touch you is, now what is your state of mind until you get this car? Okay, if you are in a state, oh my god, ये कार कब आएगी यार, अरे मेरे पास तो इतना पैसा भी नहीं है, मैं अच्छा मैं ये करूंगा वो करूंगा, अरे अभी भी नहीं आ रहा है, this is far beyond my budget, I cannot do it, that now you have allowed the desire to touch you. Obviously you are now caught in that desire.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with the desire, you now, but you want a car and you are in touch with your true self, which is everything. I am all of it, including that, that beautiful car is also a part of my creation,
My
my consciousness. It is something, it is I in another form. And I simply am doing a physical transfer of the car from the showroom to my driveway or my parking spot. That's all it is. Everything is already mine. Everything is already me. Now it's simply a game. What is the game? The game is, चलो यार ये लाल वाली BMW खरीदनी है. How are we going to do it? What are we going to do? Okay, we need to expand this business or find this money or take a loan. Or the whole thing is still a game, and you're still. So this is the difference between. In the first case, you have allowed the desire to not just touch you. You have allowed the desire
children.
to to completely ruin your day. And the second one is the desire is still there, and yet it is simply a joy, it's simply a game, and you may get that red car or you may not, you're still okay either way. Whereas in the first one, as long as you get it, you are in this. So just one other thing about what they say, this, the nature of mind is not pure in the sense The word pure is, you have to use very carefully. Not pure means it is not just pure consciousness. It is a manifested form of consciousness. The mind and the body are consciousness taking shape, taking form. So it is not impure in the sense of dirty or wrong or bad. So because that pure word has a little bit of connotation of something is not pure means it's impure, means it's polluted, means it's dirty. It's not. The mind and the body and the desires and the car and the you and all of it is all still consciousness. It is all still just a form of consciousness, and as beautiful and as lovable and as, you know, um, wonderful as consciousness itself. But it is not consciousness in its formless state, and that is why they use the word it is not pure, but there's nothing impure about it. You understanding? So this is one major, now this is, you know, a little bit beyond what you asked, but this is the one of the major issues with why people shy away from religion and spirituality, is this is this idea that there's something impure about the world. Ye sansar kuch, you know, there's some maleen hai, as if there's something bad or wrong or dirty about it. And oh, I have to be away from this dirty thing called this world. And this is such a major mistake. It's such a major mistake that it is costing the world immense amount of suffering and immense amount of pain, because we think like this and we move away from spirituality and our true self and suffer in this world, because we are turned off by this idea that people are trying to plant in our head that there's something wrong with this world, whereas the world is where I live. This is where I am. This is my experience is made up of all this, and now you're telling me to leave it in order to understand something deeper. But I don't need to do that. So knowing that there's nothing impure about the world, it is just that it is not, the more better term to use would be mind is not pure consciousness, or it's not the unmanifest consciousness. It's not that it is not pure. It is just consciousness has taken this form and all of it. And then once you do that, then you're able to play with all of it, engage with all of it, and experience all of it. And at the same time infuse it with consciousness in its unmanifest form. And consciousness in unmanifest form is love, is truth, is beauty, is creation. And so now you are able to bring it into this, because with the other mindset of this is impure, then there's no question of mixing this with that. You want to throw it away as far away as possible. And that's when you lose people. We lose 90% of the planet because of this misterm. Not that they've done it on purpose, but they are coming from the term that it's not pure consciousness,
Good.
but it's not impure. It is also very pure. It is very beautiful. It is wonderful. And we can embrace and play with all of this manifested consciousness, called people, called things, called circumstances, called forests and animals and the ocean and beaches and mountains and rivers. Why do we want to call them impure? Great. So thanks for that question, because it gave us a chance to be clear on this. Great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May all beings be happy. May all beings find love and joy. Love you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. High five.
Bye. Namaste to everyone.
Virtual high five, Arunji. High five. High
Thank you,
five.
sir. Thank you so much.
High five, high five.
High five. Okay. Bye.
Namaste, everyone.
Thank you.